Villareal 0, Manchester City 2. Welcome back to the video, guys. City have just won their second game out of 3 in the Champions League, of 7 points out of 9 possible, now up to 50 in the Champions League group stage. I'm not 100%, by the way, so I apologise if this is not the most coherent video. The whole house is poorly. But yeah, that was decent. That was a classic away Champions League performance. Not much more you can ask for than 3 points away at one of the better sides in La Liga this season. I think they're currently sat in third. I finished 5th to get the Champions League last year, so this is a good side, and this was away from home, and a Manchester City side still very much going through the motions in terms of learning their new identity and so on, and I thought that was good. Okay, I'm not going to sit here and tell you it was special, but was it good? Yeah, it was a good performance, man. That was the kind of performance that you would expect from the Manchester City side even a few years ago at our very best, in terms of, not always perfect, but largely comfortable. Clearly the better side, had the bigger chances and so on. We did switch off a tiny bit for the last 20 minutes, and that's down entirely to maybe, consistency, patience, rhythm, the injuries and the changes. But what I saw and what we were growing towards, I genuinely liked it, man. I thought that was really encouraging for Manchester City Football Club, and also a much changed Manchester City as well. If you look at the actual lineup here, there you go. As you see there was no Phil Foden, obviously, of course, no Rodri, no Tijana Reinders, no Nico O'Reilly with Guardiola left back. There was a few changes to that Manchester City side, and overall it was good. That's 9 games unbeaten now for Manchester City. Haaland scored in 12 games in a row, and we're looking pretty good. I honestly got no complaints. I thought that was a really smart, encouraging performance from a City side, very much on the up. And I think I come to the conclusion that we're actually pretty good again now. Are we fantastic? Probably not. I think I went for a 2-0 actually when I did a preview on another channel. But we are a decent side. I thought Nunes, by the way, had his best performance of the season. 97 out of 99 passes completed, 110 touches, making 11 passes into the final third. Recovered the possession 3 times, winning 4 of his 5 ground duels. Defensively, really good. That was an excellent right-back performance from Matheus Nunes. Really, really smart. Donnarumma, 5 clean sheets in 8 City appearances, conceded 4 goals during just 2 games, winning the rest. That's remarkable. He's won 6 out of 8 and kept 5 clean sheets. Donnarumma, an absolute behemoth. All the stats coming in, and overall, City, Savino got an assist. Bernardo rolled back the years a little bit. City pressed really aggressively out of shape, kept the ball nicely in the first half. Another step in the right direction, essentially. Of course, we've got a big game at the weekend. Villa is going to be really hard, but I am enjoying where we are right now. I'm enjoying the football, the development. Is it as good as classic Manchester City? No, of course not. It's not as smooth as that yet. But are there signs that the City side is miles better than last season? Absolutely. I think the City side is heading in the right direction without a few, key signings involved regularly. And more improvement to come. But yeah, I enjoyed Savino Nunes tonight. I thought they had the best performance of the season, and I thought they were good. Savino getting that assist was easily the most effective out wide. Doku a bit quiet again tonight. He was. I think wingers will blow hot and cold, but it's a couple of games where he's been quiet now. So fingers crossed, it's not a pattern. It's just one of those things. And Erling Haaland, of course, the hunger, the desire. There was one point where I saw him rush 50 yards back to try and stop a counter attack. Absolutely lovely stuff. The aggression and the movement to try and get on the end of chances, as always. He scored his goal as well. Lovely assist. Pre-assist from Savino. Assist, pull back on the Kevin De Bruyne run-esque from Rico Lewis, and a nice finish. But yeah, Haaland, as always, absolutely inevitable. And yeah, as Pete Shepherd said, 60 months, mate. Thank you so much. Said good win, spectacularly no, but good win nonetheless. And UW said great game. Yeah, overall, I think that's a decent summary. Haaland definitely wants his golden boot back. He does. Yeah, Pete said, you have to say it was weird to have Nunes in field on the team sheet. I mean, he did play right back still, but he sort of tucked in an awful lot, and he was good at it. It was nice to see as well John Stones get a decent run out as well. Stonesy, what a wonderful Rolls Royce of a footballer. It's almost a shame that we've been robbed of a fully fit John Stones, because he would be going down as one of the greatest ever English players to do it. I really rate him that highly. If John Stones kept playing every 40 games a season, we're talking about the greatest English centre-half of all time, potentially. I rate him that highly. I think the levels he could have reached with consistency would have been spectacular. We saw in the Champions League final the best of John Stones, and he's rarely had a chance to reach that because of injuries and so on. But yeah, what a fantastic player. Rico got a nice assist, lively, effervescent as always, popping up here, there and everywhere. Villareal, Nuno, Stones, Diaz, yeah, solid defensively. Donnarumma, solid defensively. They did have a couple of chances towards the end of the game, Villareal, where we did, lose a little bit of momentum. Which is actually, Victor's just raised a good point, which is probably a difference when Nico Gonzalez went off. I thought Nico Gonzalez, hopefully it's just impact, by the way. It looks like it was. He got stamped on. And fingers crossed it's just a physical cut or something like that, something that'll heal. But I think City did actually lose a little bit of rhythm when he went off. Kovacic is a good player, but Nico Gonzalez was bossing that midfield. And we're continuing to see Nico Gonzalez improve and control games, and he looks strong. Yeah, I really like Nico Gonzalez. I've been a fan of him since his first game, and a lot of people, I remember when everyone was saying at the start of the season, based off the Club World Cup, or Pep's made his mind on him, he's getting rid of him. It was always premature nonsense, based off anxiety, if anything. A lot of people have been burned by Guardiola, but it always felt different to me then Phillips and Nunez and so on as midfielders. It felt different for Nico Gonzalez, and we're seeing that now. It's almost like we just have to wait, for his time to be in this Manchester City side, and Guardiola will not play in midfield if he doesn't yet think you've learned the lessons. And last year it was very obvious that he just lent on experience. He lent on the players that he knew how to do the job. And we're seeing Nico Gonzalez now improve every single week. And Guardiola, he brought up the classic his parents must be so proud of him compliment, which is usually reserved for Guardiola's faves. He's done it for Bernardo Silva a few times. He starts talking about them as if they could be his kid. It's a good sign, really. I didn't get a chance to do a preview because, as I said, poorly household and all that kind of stuff, and I've been under the weather. But I would have talked about that an awful lot, how enthusiastic Guardiola is about Nico Gonzalez, and I'm happy. Yeah, you can definitely see the influence of Rodri, absolutely. Does anyone else see Declan Rice in it? And that's a complimentary thing. I think Declan Rice is a quality footballer. I see a bit of Declan Rice in how he uses his body and moves past people. Yeah, but that's it. Look, if you've got a Declan Rice hybrid, you've got a pretty damn good player there, It's obviously, he's Nico Gonzalez, he's not Rodri or Declan Rice, but I definitely see a bit of that to him. How he holds himself physically and how he moves, to be honest, as well. Maybe not quite as fast as Declan Rice, but he's definitely got a touch of that to his game. But yeah, I like him. I think he's a good player. And I think City, I'll show you the stats of the game here. I'll bring them up on screen. First half in particular was really good. 69% possession, 4 big chances to their 1. The XG was higher, total shots higher. We were good. That by the way is a really solid away performance. 2-0 at half time. Villareal, I'm not just saying this, are one of the better sides in La Liga. I'll show you where they are. They're currently sat. I'm knackered. Sorry, I'm poorly. 5 wins out of 9. 2 losses so far. Currently sat in third in La Liga, ahead of Atletico, Betis, Espanyol, and so on. A good side, man. A good side, And you can see that they've got a lot of experience, a lot of quality. And I would take this result tonight absolutely every single time. It's away. We've seen plenty of performances like this from City over the years, and it was nice to feel comfortable. Second half was not quite as consistent. We didn't really create anything in the second half, which wasn't good. Haaland had a couple of decent-ish moments where, he tried to force it a little bit. We need to be better. We didn't really control the ball as well. I do put that down to the changes and just maybe fitness is not quite there yet. But ultimately, we held on. And I don't think the score flattered us. I think we were good value for it. Yeah, I think that's a good point, Pete. Pete said, I think the physicality of Nico stands out now. Last season, you could tell he wasn't quite up to speed on the physical side of things, but he's throwing his body in a bit there more. I mean, it takes a while to get used to. Like, the demands of playing in the most physical league in the world. And, of course, the Champions League was already there already. But the standards that you have to ask of players these days, it's never been higher. I truly believe that. I think the floor is high, the highest it's ever been technically. You've got centre-backs now who play like midfielders 20 years ago. You've got people who can run a marathon in the game. Everyone can do it. They run faster, more intensity. They're more prepared, more organised than ever. Tactically, every team is so in tune. The space has never been harder to find on the football pitch. And that's the Premier League is the most monstrous version of those ideas. So I think Nico Gonzalez, coming from the Portuguese league in the centre of midfield, where it's so combative and so difficult, I think it's took him by surprise, but he's getting more bullish. He's getting stronger. And I think, when you've got Haaland in training ramming you in the back or whatever, and you've got to hold up people like Rodri, you're going to learn from that because they are the best of the best. And even then, there's no substitution for actually playing, is there? You have to play amongst others to learn it. So, yeah, encouraging signs for this City side. It was nice as well to see Marmoush get on the pitch, Shirky getting as well, those two bursting forward at a counter. Pass slightly rushed into Marmoush and it never really came to anything, but you can tell, once again, the inherent quality that we've got to come off the bench. Yeah, decent, good, fine. Lineup was... I saw someone say, actually, which I quite liked... I think it was Joel on Twitter. I don't know if you watch the videos, Joel, but someone said it's nice we get to the point where Pep feels the stability and the consistency is there enough for Guardiola to change the lineup, which is true. Like, Guardiola does not make the changes that he did tonight if he doesn't trust the side, is confident and playing well. And I think that's a very astute observation. And I think the changes of Rico in midfield and so on, and obviously Guardiola over to left back, we know Nico O'Reilly and Foden getting a rest, Reinders and so on. Yeah, I mean, that's a really smart observation. I think he doesn't do that unless he's comfortable with the team, and I am very encouraged. Haaland's form, by the way, ridiculous. 24 goals he's made in 25-26. Of course, you've got to include Norway, but I'm going to look at this tweet here I saw from David Mooney at Blue Moon podcast. I mean, look at that. Games played by Haaland in 25-26. Bloody Spurs ruining it, but he's scored in every single game this season other than Spurs. That is just absurd. A monstrous footballer doing absurd things. It's funny because even if you take like the Moldova 5 goals out, it's still 19 goals in 14 appearances. Like, the anomaly of 5 goals in one game is still absolutely... Even if you want to take his hat-trick against Israel out, that's still 16 goals in 14 appearances. It's stupid. It's absolutely stupid. He's like, even if you take those 8 goals out, it's still more than 1 goal a game. Like, that is just like, what can you do? Yeah, it's just really, really good. It's really, really impressive. But going back to the bigger picture, look, tonight, was it an exciting win? No. Was it an important one? Yes, it was. There we are on the table right now. Arsenal good tonight, by the way, again. Another impressive victory. PSG battered Leverkusen, didn't they? Echeverry got a start and didn't go well for him, unfortunately. For City, looking comfortable. Newcastle doing all right there as well. But it looks like we are going to do well in this Champions League campaign. You would expect the top 8 is a realistic target for City. When you look at the fixtures coming up for City as well, I'll show you the games. Of course, we've got Dortmund at home. You'd expect to win there. Leverkusen, you'd expect to win there at home as well. Madrid, of course, away will be interesting, but you'd expect 2 more wins at that point. We'll see how we go when we get to Madrid. Bodo Glimt away, you'd expect to win. And obviously, they've got their AstroTurf pitch, haven't they, where it's a bit difficult. Galatasaray, the Sane, Gundogan thing. Yeah, look, you expect to win. So I would think top 8. But it depends if there's going to be a catastrophic injury crisis at some point or we lose momentum. It could happen. I'm very, very curious for Villa away at the weekend. That is a massive litmus test, isn't it? Like, if we win that one, if we get something there, like, this team is the real deal. Like, Villa has always been hard for us, and they are finding form right now. They are aggressive. Yeah, we'll see. No attention, wasn't impressed by Josko today at all. Look, Josko's had a really good season. Back at left back today, maybe he just wasn't comfortable playing there again. He hasn't played there for a while. Couple of slow, sloppy passes, but it is what it is. A centre back has been really, really good, and I'm more than comfortable what Josko Vardiol, what Josko Vardiol can do. Rico Lewis, a really nice quote on Erling Haaland here. He said, it's impossible to describe Haaland. It's amazing to play with him. He helps you more than you think. He draws so many defenders, frees up other people, so it's impossible to defend. Credit to him, such a hard worker, never stops wanting to score, and you can see that. Haaland has definitely stepped up this season. 100%. He looks really, really good. Rico said, we felt in control for most of it. There's always better things we can do, and we felt they had a few spells we could have stopped them from having it if we were a bit better than the ball at times. But we've got to be harsh on ourselves. We want to win the Champions League. And we look good at we look at the good and bad things, but we're happy with a clean sheet and win. He said he enjoys playing midfield. It's where he said where he affects the game most. Look, I thought he was decent tonight. I'm happy for Savini as well, by the way. He showed his quality. Yeah, clearly. Obvious quality. I know he's very, very divisive given everything, but Kovacic is clearly a good player, and I've got a lot of faith that. Not Kovacic, Savino, sorry. Savino is a good player, that he will get better with time, and I'm really happy for him. Like, it's very easy to sit here and, you know, criticise players when they want to move and so on, but you forget that they need pre-season like everyone else, and they need to refine their form and all that. And Savino I thought was decent tonight. Guys, I'm really struggling because I'm a bit under the weather, so I'm going to leave it there. But overall, that was a decent performance. I'll try to do a 5 things learned tomorrow night when I get home. I'm going to London all day tomorrow. But City, 2 wins out of 3 so far, 7 points out of 9. The nice tonic to the Monaco game, that one. And 8 games unbeaten in all competitions. It's not bad, as it, Blues? Give the video a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you all in a bit. Bye-bye.